Hello everyone and welcome to our channel Stacks Underflow, and this is the next part of our Docker series on the cloud playlist. So in this part I will explain you how we can use Docker to launch a Node.js application. We'll containerize the Node.js application, and this time we won't use the docker run command to launch the container, but we will use the docker compose file. So in the first part we have seen how we install docker, and we just launched the hello world docker container using the docker run command. So we'll see some details about containerization in this part of the video. So as you know, we have EC2 instance running which uses the Ubuntu image, and I have logged into that instance using putty SSH client. You know this if you have watched my previous videos on this cloud playlist. So here we are into the EC2 instance, and just to show you, we have this hello world directory in which I have already configured a Node.js application, and this is the index.js file. I'll just show you. uh, this is just a simple Node.js application which will run on port 8081, and it will just display hello world on browser. So first what we will do, we'll just start this Node.js application on this EC2 instance and access it through the browser, and then we will just containerize it and access it using our container. So to start this Node.js application, first we need to install all the packages which I have already installed. The command for that is npm install. So it will just read the package.json file and read all the packages and install it and download it, and it will be present in your node modules folder. So just I'll use the node command to start our application. Okay, the application is listening on port 8081. Okay, so for that I just need to access it from the browser. I need the public IP of our instance, and I will just try to log into this application using 8081. Okay, so sorry, just missed it. So yes, so this is printing hello world. So our Node.js application is working, and we just accessed it from our browser. So now this application of Node.js is actually running on the EC2 instance, and we cannot block the whole EC2 instance just to run such a small Node.js application. So that's the best way of containerizing it. So for that, we need to first build a Docker image and push it to our repository, either local or public. So in this video, we will just create a Docker image using the Docker file, and we will push it to our local repository. I have already explained what the local repository is in my previous video. So we'll push it to our local repo, and we will create a Docker compose file to use this image and launch a container, and then we will access the same application from within the container. So I'll show you the Docker file I have created for this. Okay, so what we are doing here in the Docker file is we are taking the image node 7. So this is the Node.js 7, version 7 image which we will be pulling from the public repository of Docker Hub, and we'll create a directory called as app. We will copy the package.json file from our host. So this is the package.json file which is present at the current location of the host. So that will be copied to our image. Then we will just run npm install, because we are not sure if the node modules will always be present on our host path or not. So we'll just run this npm install command, then we'll copy everything from this directory, which is the index.js file, to the application, and then this is the command which we need to fire when the container will be up and running. That's node index.js, and we will be exposing our application on 8081 port. So this is the expose command. So this is not the file which we'll use for taking up the container. This is file for creation of the Docker image. So in the previous video we used the hello world image which was publicly available on the Docker Hub. So similarly, we'll be creating our own image, and we can either push it on our local repo or the public Docker Hub repo. So this is the Docker file which we'll use for creating that image. So we'll just create the image, this command, docker build, I guess. So docker build hyphen t, and this is the name of the image which we so after the image is built and pushed to our local repo, this is the name which will be given to the image, and dot means the current path. If your docker file is not at the current location from where you're firing this command, you need to give the full path of where your docker file resides. Okay, the naming convention of this docker file is docker file, where D is capital. And if you have used the same naming conventions, you need not specify the hyphen F option while building the image. When you don't specify the file option, by default it will search for a docker file with name docker file and D capital, and F is in lowercase. So let's fire this command and see how our image gets built. So it actually downloaded the node image from the Docker Hub repository. It's downloading it right now. It's pulling it from the library slash node repository, and post the pull it will start performing the operations which we have described in the docker file. So if you can see, it created the work directory. Okay, now it is doing npm install. It did it, then it copied everything from the current part to the application folder, and then this is the file, this is the command which we specify when we start the container, and we have exposed the port 8081. Okay, so our image is created. Let's check if we can see this image. Okay, so node with the version 7 is pulled, and the node docker is the name which we gave to our docker image, and it is built and pushed to our local repository. Now I'll just show you the docker compose file I have created. Okay, so this is a simple docker compose file, very short and sweet. Here in the image configuration, we are specifying node hyphen docker. So this is the name of the image we have just created and pushed to our local repo. So this will by default first make a lookup in the local repository. So it will find the image with name node hyphen docker and use that image to launch the container. Then as I mentioned in the previous video, that we can configure options such as name in this docker compose file. So I've given a container name called as node.js docker, and here is the port configuration. So the application will be running inside the no inside the container, right? So we need to map a host port to access the application which is running inside the container. So as our code of index.js, we are running the application on port 8081. So basically the node.js application will be running on port 8081 inside the docker container. So to access it from outside the container from the host machine, we need to map the port of the host to the port of the container. So this is the setting for ports, and now we'll use the docker compose command to take up the container. So again, if the file name for Docker Compose is docker-compose.yaml as it is here, we can directly use Docker Compose up command. If you have given some different name to the file, for example, if it is abc.yaml, then you have to specify -f abc.yaml. Again, it is in the current path, so I'm not specifying the whole path. So you can specify the file name in this manner, but as I'm using the default naming convention, which is docker -compose.yaml file, I did not specify any tag over there. So I'll just use docker compose up. If we use docker compose up command, it will start the container and it will keep on following the logs of the container on the same session. So there is one more option called as -d. This will detach the container from the current session and it will be kept on running in the background. So if we just don't use this detach option, we'll have to keep this session up and running, and whenever this session will get closed, our container will exit. So -d is very important in this scenario where we have to detach the container when we start it. So let's start it. So it was creating node.js docker container and it is done. So let's check. A, yes, it is showing the container. One more thing, yes, it is in running state because it is showing up in docker ps as well. So the image is docker node docker. The command which we mentioned was node and index.js, and it was created. The status is up and it's like 12 seconds that it is up, and this is the port configuration. 0.0 is this is the host and this is the container port, And again, so we specified the name, so it just allocated that name to the container, and it did not take any random name as it took in the hello world tutorial. So now we need to verify if we can access the application which is running inside the container. So there is one way we can access it. We can just hit the 8081 port of this host machine, and it will forward the request inside the container. Okay, so let's just refresh this page because we have kept the port same. And yes, we can just see this hello world is coming from the container and not the application which was running on the EC2 instance. So that that is it from like containerizing a Node.js application, and you can obviously modify many things in it as per required, and you can run a Java application or a Python application, any of the application in a containerized form. I just gave an example of Node.js to just quickly show you how we can containerize applications and get it running on EC2 instance very quickly. So this is it. One more thing I needed to show you in this video is we can just bash into the container, and we can actually access the operating system of the container. So exec is the command to get into the container bash. It is for interactive terminal, and here we need to specify the container name. So it is node.js docker. Oh, sorry, I didn't give the bash command. Yeah. Okay, so yes, so this is the root at the rate something, and this is the we are inside the container now, inside the app directory which we had created in the docker file. So if we do ls, so we have this docker file, everything that was on the host was copied inside the docker image, right? So we have everything here, and we can just curl localhost 8081. I'm not sure if curl is installed or not. Okay, yes, it is installed, and here we can also see the hello world from within the container as well. So if you want to check anything by going inside the container, you want to check any directories, any settings, then we can just use this docker exe command. Now we'll exit the container. Okay, one more important thing. The containers are always running in memory, and hence the data is not persisted by default. So currently, if I perform any applications on the any operations on this Node.js application, and if I restart the container, everything will be restarted. Like it will be like a new Node.js application. My data will not be persisted. So for that, we need to mount the volumes to any path on your host machine, and we can do it easily by just adding few lines in our docker compose file and do some volume mounting. If possible, I'll take one more video to take a deep dive into how we can map the volumes to the host machine. And till then, now that's all from the containerization point of view, and that's it from the docker node.js application. And thank you for watching the video. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. Thank you very much. See you in the next lecture.